Thursday morning, there was about 500 guys that met here. Guys that wanted to be the dads that the scripture exhort us to be. We have a little deal going on now for the next 4 weeks, 5 counting last. It's called Dad, what it takes to be the man for the job. And so one of the things we did with those dads, we were just reminding them basically this week of what it is that God calls us to be and why he wants us to do that. And so we went to Deuteronomy 6. I'm going to let you all in very quickly to a little bit of what we did. And I'm going to tell you something. When I got in the room with my dads that I'm encouraging and leading to spur them on and equip them to be effective dads, I just acknowledged with them that there's a problem with these verses that we looked at. I genuflect against every one of them because there's a word in there that I don't like. It's the word command. I don't like to be commanded because I like to do what I like to do when I like to do it. I think that's best for me. And as a result of that, I often hurt deeply the people I love, and I move away from light and grace, and I cause pain and destruction. And so I want to read this like I hear it, apart from God's goodness in my life. Are you ready? Look at Deuteronomy 6. It says this. Now this is the commandment, the statute and the judgments which the Lord has commanded you. Listen, I'm going to teach you. Sit down, shut up, take notes, and get with it. I want you to do this in the land that you're going. This is God speaking. I want you and your son, your grandson, to fear me. I want you to keep my statutes and listen. I am the commander-in-chief. I command you. The commandments that I give you, that I command to all of you, the days of your life, get with them. Now look, you might be wiser than me and not read them that way because you don't have my baggage. Okay? And none of us really read it that way, that strongly. But you hear about commandments, the 10 commandments. Like, you better do these things or I'm going to smack yo honey. Right? And many of us think of God as this authoritarian figure that all he's doing up there, he's going, oh, baby, you're coming and I'm going to get you. I saw that. It's not why it's there. Look at the very end of verse 3. He says, so that your days may be prolonged, so that you can have more life, so that darkness doesn't encroach upon you, so that you don't drink yourself into unconsciousness about 5 o'clock that you're just lost. No, I want you, and so that you don't live a life that's so deceived and so broken, so self-willed that illness and despair and depression and literal disease overtake you and you die. I'm telling you this because I love you and I want what's best for you. Oh, Israel, look at verse 3. You should listen and be careful to do it. Why? That he says, it may be well with you. I love you. And I'm just telling you, this is what you were made for. This is how you're designed. And so that you can multiply greatly and there's joy and gladness, just as the God of your fathers promised you. That you can live in a place that is abundant and filled with all the things that I, as a loving father, want you to have. Oh, listen to me. There's life here. Now you get a little bit further in there and you see words like fear again come up. And one of the dads was so grateful, he just raised his hands. And again, I'm talking to the unchurched, de-churched, dead church, and unmoved. And by the way, saints of God, let me remind you of why we follow his commands. But they go, hey, I have a hard time with this word fear. And so what I said is, think of it this way. You need to fear the Lord like you fear gravity. Now, I don't walk around all day and somebody mentions gravity and I go, gravity. I'm scared to death of gravity. But my whole life, since I've been a kid, has been defined by an appropriate fear of gravity. I don't jump off buildings. In fact, I am grateful for gravity that when I jump with my impressive 12-inch vertical, that I don't just shoot right through, the ozone and just burn out on my way to the sun. I love gravity. I am grateful for gravity. And I respect it. And so I'm careful when I go to the Grand Canyon. And I teach my kids, hey, this is an awesome view from up here, but fear gravity. Don't jack with it, okay? Because you just jack with it a little bit, and it just increases with rapid speed, okay, until death certainly comes. And I said, think of it like that. And all God's saying is, look, all I can tell you is that because I am God, and I am life, and I am truth, and I am light, if you leave me, you are leaving light, which means you get darkness. You are leaving life, which means you get death. You are leaving truth, which means you get error. And so he just says, listen to me. This is who I am. I love you.